Hi guys, Mike from Mike Sauce here, and today I'm going to show you the true power of what Mike Sauce is capable of. Now most people think you need thousands of dollars worth of microphones to record good drum tones. Well, times have changed, because with Mike Sauce, you can turn the common mics you have laying around your bedroom into world-class microphones to capture a world-class drum sound. So let's jump straight in. Here, I've got a drum tracking session, all recorded with Shure SM58s, 57s, and 2 Rode NT5s, 3 of the most common and affordable microphones on the market. Now this is unheard of. I don't know one engineer that would tackle an entire drum sound with these 3 microphones. Miking a snare with 2 58s or using them as a stereo set of rooms? That's just ridiculous. Until now, thanks to Mike Sauce. For this song, we're going for a more polished commercial rock drum sound. So let's start out by opening up this kick drum. We've tracked the kick in with a Shure SM58 and the kick out with an SM57. Now let's transform that into something a bit more tailored to the style. As you can see, we've decided to go with the following profiles. We've chosen the Shure SM7B for the kick in, and for the kick out, we've gone for the vintage Sennheiser 441. Let's play the tracks back with the Mike Sauce profiles bypassed, so you can hear the raw 58 audio. And then I'll turn them on, so you can hear how the profiles sound. You'll notice we've added a lot more roundness to that kick and placed the top end in a really nice spot. So when we add a little bit of processing, we'll have the exact right punch and click we need for a rock kick. So let's enable these plugins and hear the final sound. Sounds pretty good for a kick drum mic'd with a 58 and a 57, doesn't it? So let's move on and see what Mike Sauce can do to these overhead mics. These were tracked with a set of Rode NT5s. Now don't get me wrong, these microphones will definitely get you by and give you a pretty decent sound. But we're doing a commercial rock mix, so we want these overheads to sound sparkly, airy, and expensive. To achieve this, I've chosen the AKG C451B profiles, and that's going to give us exactly what we need. Check this out. For me, that's one of my favorite things you can do with these profiles. These overheads now sound crisp and airy, not harsh at all, and are basically mix ready. Let's add some light processing and see how these guys sound. Wow, those really do sound amazing. I would never have guessed they were NT5s. Alright, let's have a look at the room mics, which were also tracked with a pair of 58s. As you can see here, we've got the Neumann KM184 profiles on. Let's have a listen to the raw 58 source tones, and then we'll turn on the profiles. As you can tell when we're just listening to the 58 source tone, it's very thin, brittle, and boxy sounding, and not ideal for room mics. But once we turn on those Neumann profiles, we suddenly get this fatness and depth to both the kick and the snare. It completely takes away the boxiness and gives us that top end air and presence without any harshness. Let's turn on some light processing and listen to a finished room sound. Now now it's time for the snare drum. The top snare was tracked with an SM58 and the profile we chose was the Shure Beta 57A. But what I really want to talk about is the bottom snare. Also tracked with a 58, we're going to be converting it to a vintage AKG C414B condenser microphone. What I'm going to do is play both the top and the bottom snare together so you can hear how they interact with each other. First with the AKG profile bypassed on the bottom snare, and then I'll turn it on and you'll hear how they play together. So what you can hear when that AKG profile is bypassed is a lot of separation between the top and bottom snare. It gets a bit thin and brittle sounding, and a little too bright. But when you add the profile, you get so much warmth, fatness, and a lot of cohesiveness between the top and bottom snare mics. Let's add some light processing and see how these guys sound. This snare is starting to sound really great, but I still think it's missing a little bit of low end and a little bit of top end articulation. So let me show you a trick you can do with mic sauce to achieve that. So what we're going to do is duplicate the top snare track and choose one of our condenser mic profiles. For this example, we're going to choose the Neumann KM184 profile. Let's see how it sounds. As you can hear, that has added exactly what was missing. Finally, the toms were recorded with 57s. We used the Shure KSM32 profile just to give them that warmth and fatness that toms need for a big commercial rock mix. On the hi-hats, we converted the SM58 with a vintage AKG C414B just to get rid of that annoying mid-range and mud and give them that top-end smoothness we love on hats. So now that we've chosen all of our profiles, we've transformed an entire kit recorded only with 58s, 57s, and NT5s into incredible studio quality source tones. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and don't forget to head over to micsauce.com. Mic Sauce, the secret to your source.